Hello friends, I hope you are doing well. Today in this video, we are going to discuss how we can stop ourselves from wasting our hard-earned money. In the previous video, we discussed the 50, 30 and the 20 rule where we discussed how we can divide our income into 50, 30, 20. 50 is for the basic needs, 30 is for the desires and 20% is for the savings. First of all, we should stop ourselves from making impulsive purchases. Whenever there is a sale, we have an urge to go and purchase something which we might not need it. So whenever there is a sale, we should be very cautious, and we should plan ahead what are the items we need and we need to buy in sale, rather than going and seeing that this item is at a very less cost of 50% or 60%, and we should go and buy that. What happens is that we may not need that particular product, but we end up wasting our hard-earned money. Now there are certain categories of people who believe that there is one life and we should not live a miser life, and we should spend everything. I mean, not exactly everything, but we should spend on whatever we have thought that we would be doing in our lives. See, it is not wrong to spend, or to purchase a SUV car, or maybe go ahead and go for an international vacation, but you should always go and do it only if you can afford it. There is no harm in thinking that you have one life. I also agree to the point, you should not live a miser life, but that doesn't mean that you will go beyond your means and you will start spending the money and then fall into the loan trap. Most of the middle classes family fall into the loan trap, and they are not able to come out of it throughout their life. So what is the reason for it? Because we are making impulsive purchases, we are not planning our finances properly, and we are just going and doing whatever we want, as by just giving an excuse that this is one life and we want everything in that one life. It is absolutely fine, as I've already told you, that you go and spend your money into whatever desires you have, but that doesn't mean that it should be beyond your means. You take hefty loans and then you fall into the trap, and you keep on repaying a lot of interest through a very long period of time. So once you get into this loan, once you're deciding to take a loan, you should first think whether you will be able to repay, whether income is that much, whether for how long you're taking. For example, some people buy houses at a very early age. At that point of time, they do not think whether in future their needs might increase. For example, if some person is going and buying a 2 BHK property at the age of 30 years, he could have waited for another 5 years or 10 years and have got a 3 BHK property, where entire family could have adjusted, rather than making an impulsive purchase at a very young age, and having a very long EMI of more than 20-30 years. So you should always calculate as per your income, growth prospects and everything, and then make such big decisions in your life. So and another thing is that you should not fall into the credit card trap. You see that you have got a credit card, so what you do, that you think that you can buy everything at it. Please understand that this is not a free money. You cannot just pay your minimum amount due, and you get into and you stuck into a loan. So you should always it is absolutely okay to use the credit period of 45 to 50 days which the credit card team is offering, but whenever you're using the credit card, you should always have the entire amount majorly to pay as soon as possible, and not just pay the minimum amount due. Because in credit card there is a very huge rate of interest, which you think that it is 300, 400 or 500 rupees, which is a very small amount, but actually the rate of interest is very, very high, which these people are charging. Some people go ahead and buy very high-end cars, so they should also plan for how long they are taking a loan. It is absolutely okay to take a loan of 3 to 5 years, but anything beyond that for a motor vehicle is not the right approach. And then there are also a lot of people taking education loan. Obviously you should go ahead and upgrade yourself and take education loan, but you should also understand whether the education loan which you are taking is will land you up into a good college. And just do not take a loan and go into a college just because you want to show it to the society that you are studying in such a college. So basically my point is that just don't misuse your money. And you should always you should never you should not buy something because you want to show off to a person. If you have the need, if you really need that thing, and if you have the if your budget can afford it, definitely go ahead. But you should not fall into all these budget all this loan trap, where you will find difficult after 5 to 10 years to come out of this thing. So another thing is that if you want to save your money, when you're going for a grocery shopping, we usually buy small packs. So if you see, if you compare the small pack with the big pack, you will find that the expiry, and if the expiry is it's for a longer period of time, and if you have enough place to save this particular product at home, you should always buy large quantities, because the rate per unit cost is always cheap.